Welcome to Factfinder Investigates. I'm Dylan Domingue. The month of May is a busy time for moving companies as more people relocate during this month than any other. Factfinder reporter Keith Grant has a few tips if you're planning to pack up anytime soon so that you don't fall victim.
The Better Business Bureau reports people lost nearly $130,000 to moving scams in 2022. So May is prime time for scammers. To avoid this, the Better Business Bureau recommends verifying the moving company on the BBB website. Now, once you do that, book the move as soon as possible.
So when you approach school getting out, and moving companies get booked out a few weeks in advance. So the Memorial Day weekend, I'll turn down at least 100 jobs for that time frame.
Gerald suggests booking at least 3 weeks in advance.
And whenever there is a big storm that rolls through, roofing contractors, they're not far behind. And while many of them are reputable companies who are in good standing, consumer experts warn that there are plenty of bad actors out there as well. Companies that come from out of state, often posing as local companies. Just take a look at some of the hail that fell in parts of Kansas just this past week. This was near 53rd and Broadway. Stones this size can do a number on your roof. But before you sign anything with a roofing company, the Better Business Bureau says it's important to keep your guard up and ask questions.
There is an entire subset of contractors and outright scammers who are monitoring weather forecasts in the hopes that natural disasters do occur so they can swoop in and pretend as though they are the saving angel, ready to provide that much needed assistance for those who are in particularly vulnerable situations.
So here are some pointers if you have damage. Get multiple bids, work with a reputable Kansas company, and beware of out-of-state companies that are posing as local. Some will even use local numbers or fake local addresses. Also, don't fall for high-pressure sales tactics. Check the roofer registry and take your time and work with your insurance company. We have all this information and tips on what you should look out for, including the roofer registry, over on the KWCH 12 News app. Infant mortality. It's a public health crisis, and the number of infant deaths in Kansas are on the rise. It's a crisis not often talked about, but it can be prevented with proper sleep methods. A special group in Kansas called the Kansas Infant Death and SIDS, or KIDS Network, aims to do just that. Factfinder investigator Brandon Stitt explains how this group helps grieving families and provides education.
I don't think you ever forget the memories of that day when I got a call.
Cindy Henderson, grandmother to 5-month-old Avery Page Henderson, gets the worst news of her life.
We think she's not breathing, and
Avery wasn't breathing.
It is.
And she died
it's a grief
from
and a memory
SIDS.
that she would be 17 now, and you don't forget it.
It was from sudden deaths like Avery's. The Kansas Infant Death and SIDS Network was formed, a network that aims to prevent infant sleep-related deaths.
Our sleep-related deaths are more than all kids up to age 17 in traffic accidents. This is a public health crisis.
Christy Shun and the KIDS Network provide education to new families about safe sleep.
A lot of our education has become going out and making sure that folks are doing the ABCs of safe sleep. We know that babies are healthier and will survive better if they are alone on their back in a clutter-free crib.
The network also helps those families who have lost an infant.
Some of the most powerful moments that I've ever had is watching a mom and a mom talk to each other after a baby's died.
And it's those moments that help Cindy and her family. Help that she now offers to others.
I've enjoyed helping with the KIDS Network, like they probably maybe more selfishly, because I feel like it helps me remember her and maybe can help somebody else.
Each year, the KIDS Network hosts Step Up for Kids, a 5K and memorial walk here at Cowtown Museum. The event brings families together that have suffered a loss of an infant and helps the network to continue to move its safe sleep mission forward. In Wichita, Brandon Stitt, 12 News.
This is a program that is like operating like completely in secret.
Any government program that's set up has so many ifs, ands, and buts associated with it that it can be a tremendous hurdle to get anything done.
Calls for the closure of a pandemic vaccine claims process. We investigate the administrative costs next on Factfinder Investigates.